The official story tells us that 14-year-old Konerak Sinthasomphone died on May 27, 1991, one of the most tragic victims of Jeffrey Dahmer. But federal court documents reveal a completely different reality.
Radio transmissions made on the evening that officers responded to a call involving confessed serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. Channel 7's Paul Mikey is live in Milwaukee with late details. Paul?
Joel and Linda, the story.
Following the national outrage, the City of Milwaukee paid the Sinthasomphone family $850,000. In today's money, that's roughly $1.7 million. Case closed, right? Wrong. What the media portrayed as justice was actually something far more sinister. A legally binding gag order designed to bury evidence that shouldn't even exist. According to the state, Konerak was murdered on May 27, 1991. Yet official police files obtained through Freedom of Information Act requests reveal 3 independent witnesses who saw Konerak alive, days after his supposed death. Three days after the alleged murder, Konerak's own sister, Teresa, reported to police that she received a call stating Konerak had just spent the night sleeping at a friend's house near 31st and Wells. Four days post-mortem, a local teacher named Todd Tutus calls the police at 10:30 p.m. He states unequivocally that he recognized Konerak from television and saw him alive at the Beulah Bridgeton Center that afternoon at 4:45 p.m. 5 days later, detectives interview Konerak's girlfriend, Allison. Her statement to police? He asked me to go to Minnesota with him this weekend. Present tense, future plans. Investigators were actively tracking a yellow station wagon and checking addresses in Minneapolis. They weren't looking for a body. They were looking for a living teenager who was running away. If Konerak was seen alive by multiple people, why did the investigation abruptly stop? Because of the money. Let's look at the legal mechanism that officially ended the hunt. Case 91C1121. The City of Milwaukee agreed to pay $850,000, but they forced a strict non-admission clause into the contract. It states explicitly that the city and the officers deny any violation of federal or state laws and deny the existence of any liability. In exchange for the cash, the family surrendered everything. They were legally barred from filing future claims, speaking publicly about the evidence, or questioning contradictions. Crucially, the document forces them to release all claims regarding not just Konerak's alleged death, but his disappearance. Why would a wrongful death settlement need to legally silence questions about a disappearance if the murder was a proven fact? To pull off a narrative this massive, the physical evidence had to vanish. As we uncovered in Part 1, the Department of Justice confirmed via Freedom of Information that no autopsy report is on file for Konerak. Think about that. A federal civil rights lawsuit over a wrongful death settled for nearly $1 million, with zero forensic proof of death. It gets worse. When investigators requested the audio recording of the fateful May 27th 911 call allegedly made by the neighbors who tried to save the boy, they were given a chilling response. The tape had already been destroyed. The most critical audio evidence in the entire scandal was erased before the federal lawsuit even began. To understand why the city needed this silenced, we have to look back to 1988, when Jeffrey Dahmer was reportedly arrested for assaulting Konerak's older brother, Somsak. Police records list Dahmer's residence at the time of the arrest as 808 North 24th Street. But public property records reveal a shocking truth. Jeffrey Dahmer never lived there. So who did? In May 1987, the resident registered at that exact address was E. Michael McCann, the district attorney of Milwaukee County, the very man who would later prosecute Jeffrey Dahmer. Why was the district attorney's address listed as Dahmer's residence in a 1988 arrest report? When you step away from the media narrative and look strictly at the documentation, only one theory explains every single contradiction. Konerak did not die on May 27, 1991. He escaped. The bleeding individual found on the street that night was an adult Asian male fleeing an incident potentially tied to the 24th Street address. In the chaos, responding officers applied Konerak's name, which was already in the system as a missing person, to the wrong victim. Konerak, who his girlfriend confirmed was planning to run away to Minnesota that very weekend, used the sheer confusion to successfully slip away. Faced with a catastrophic institutional scandal involving the police and the district attorney, the City of Milwaukee couldn't afford an open-ended mystery. They needed immediate closure. The $850,000 wasn't a payout for a life lost. It was a state-sanctioned transaction to buy a family's permanent silence, legally cementing a living boy as dead and burying the truth forever. The documents don't lie. Every piece of evidence that should prove Konerak died, if he ever truly existed, is missing or destroyed. Every piece of evidence we do have suggests he survived. What do you think happened? Was this a legitimate settlement or a massive cover-up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to view the raw Freedom of Information documents, the court records, and the full unredacted investigation, hit the link in the description to subscribe to my free Substack, True Crime, Case Reopened. Don't let the truth stay buried. Make sure to like this video, share it to expose the cover-up, comment below, and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the next installment. See you next time.